This is my first fight versus Talentless. Pepe. Pepe is a very top player. If you're watching this on the video, of course, and you don't know who he is, I believe Pepe used to be an Ambition, which was the #1 guild, had like the best players. When Ambition broke, I believe that Pepe went to, I believe he went to Life. But now he's in Talentless. Anyways, he's the Stronghold. For this fight, like a lot of our guys actually, I think struggled, but like I think we all won, but we still struggled because his heroes are nuts. His gear is crazy. I think that's like we guessed it about almost a 200 effectiveness Bazaar, probably about 190 realistically, but really crazy. For this first fight, a lot of our team members went with like a Momo, and they all got debuffed, even with F Maya's resistance imprint and stuff. I thought that, okay, even if I could get like, let's say 280 effect resistance, if that Bazaar really was like 190, I would rather take like a 50% chance for him to miss completely. It was on Crown, so my immunity on the Akates was very important. And then his RB was tricky as well, because his RB was very tanky. Now I could not even put up the def buff here, but I wanted to use it as a pushback. I actually got lucky, I did push him back, but it doesn't really matter. It really only stalls him for half a turn really. And yeah, you can see that Abyssal Crown proc there. This was very risky team, I have to say, like mine, I mean. That Bazaar is very fast, and I have unhealable but not unbuffable on my Kates too, so I got fortunate there. Otherwise, if she was dead, it would have been over. F Maya is pretty safe in this comp, but my F Maya was not really prepared for that kind of onslaught, especially that dual attack there. That was very risky. Here I'm just thinking, I'm like, okay, I gotta take out one of them, otherwise I'm gonna die. And I think, yeah, I was gonna S3, but I don't know. I'm like, I don't have enough crit damage. I went with a tank build F Maya for this fight. But yeah, after I got that second S3 off, I think it was a lot better. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I ended up going with the S3 right here, because I had enough HP, but like I could not afford to have multiple debuffers. It was just too much to deal with. That counter was kind of weird. I guess you wouldn't want to go in a counter set with the SSB. Good thing that F Maya's provoke has been improved since the dev buff. It used to be a 50%, now it's 75. Soul burn 100%. So that was really lucky there. Got that. Otherwise, my Akates was death broken, and I could have lost. But so I do admit that this one I kind of luck sacked out. I think in retrospect, if I brought F Maya maybe on a speed set, she would relatively be about 120 speedish, 125. Without many speed imprints on it. That's probably what I would have done, to be honest, and not go with the counter set. But I don't re-gear for Guild War, not at this moment. Yggy isn't that hardcore that it requires you to re-gear. At the most, I do like a artifact swap, maybe a ring or a necklace once in a while. But otherwise, I like keeping my builds like usable, so I don't mess myself up when I go into like RTA or Arena, and I'm like, oh crap, I got to swap that ring on this person and stuff like that. I hate doing that, to be honest. But yeah, you can see Pepe's Vildred was one really fast. I mean, with Alexa's basket proc, it hits hard enough. With SSB feeding that death buff, I'm pretty sure that SSB had really high effectiveness as well. It kept on debuffing my heroes here. My Craw has 150 effect resistance, so that was really tough. This one was a bit more. I wanted to save the S3 on the RB because I wanted to get more turns. After seeing that RB was actually very hard to take out, I wanted to keep the S3 on the F Maya. So that was strategic. I didn't think that the SSB would have done much there with the amount of focus she had. Yeah, so now this was just a huge grind, very hard. I think going with a Dizzy on this one would have been like probably even tougher. There was an Aureus on my F Maya and Adamant Shield on my Crow. I did flip this because apparently if it was Crow on Aureus, it would take too much damage. So I kind of flipped the artifact around, and I think it worked out, as you guys can see. But I definitely did see a lot of RNG, a lot of luck on my side. Very tanky RB, very fast, and again, like I said, with Alexa's basket, it hit hard. So Pepe is definitely not someone you wanna mess with in terms of like going in thinking that, oh, this is like a common comp I see. He'll always have something up his sleeve. It's pretty crazy. So I mean, with that much tankiness and the amount of chip damage I do, it was very risky as well with his speed, because then he would always be kind of like I would always be in danger of him actually reviving again. You can see that's very tanky. I did like 2k damage to him. That was a crit damage. That was a buff Def Maya with 2k defense. 190 crit damage too. So I have no idea what he's running on that Vildred, but I-90 gear at this point, it's a huge advantage. Huge advantage. Like basically I have two heroes here, my Maya and my Fire Akates, that are not even near 90 gear. My Akates I think still has like some 75 or something like that. Like I can't even convert it if I wanted to. Only my Crow really is I would say the I-90 meta, but yeah, it's pretty tough. I'm pretty sure all three of his heroes were full I-90. It's crazy. Anyway, second one, let's take a look here. Yeah. This was actually the first war I fought, and I tried using SC Ras. That hit really hard. My Ross has a lot of HP. Pretty low defense. I would say that's where I would struggle. But that Chiron did a lot of damage. Ross does heal on his S3. Although it's a death buff, he does heal himself on an S3. So very good to skill enhance him, I think. And it does more damage based on the amount of HP he has. So it's like bruisery heal, bruisery damage as well if he does it. And it is a cleaving skill into that death buff, so it's kind of nice. Here I was just saying that the primary target honestly will have to be Charles. And he was on Abyssal Crown, that Zerato, so that became a bit tricky as well. But I was thinking like it should be okay. This I got lucky. This Chiron had Alexa's basket, the greater attack buff, but he didn't crit because of DN's anti-crit buff. I actually had to lower my DN's speed on this one and make her tankier, so I removed this speed. The speed boot that would usually run, and I gave her HP boot instead. She stood at 188 speed, which was still fast enough to turn cycle, especially if you're not competing with a Chiron. So it was actually pretty good. It was a good choice. Actually, one of my guild members said that I should probably swap a boot for it, and I'm like, really? But I lose my effect resistance. I had 148 effect resistance going into it, but then when I changed the boot, she ended up being like a 133. So if she got Abyssal Crown procced, it would have been pretty unlucky.
Son of light, burn!
Yeah, obviously the more yeah, he healed 4,800 as you saw there. That's actually very good.
Should we get started?
Yeah, this was no problem here because if I did death break him, even though I didn't there, if I did death break him, the dual attack goes through before he can return the defense break. So it's actually a very good skill even on Champion Zerato. Anyways, that's that for the Stronghold. This was my first fight. So this is the second one. Went with against Levi's. Still brought the same team. This was my first war again, like I said, using SC Ras. So I was really experimenting and kind of pushing to see like his usefulness. In fact, actually, when I looked at Levi's team, I was gonna go with like a Dark Corvus and a defense buffer Ori's holder to bait that Mersa. But I ended up saying that, hey, I think this top team works well with this one, and I could use my Dark Corvus in the bottom one. Because really, I'll talk about it in a bit, on the second round. But again, the same concept. I mean, A Robbie with an attack buff hits very hard. Ideally, you want to somehow fit an attack buffer in there. I was lucky that my Robbie was the lowest HP at that point, so my Ras wouldn't get provoked by that Lilius. Of course, since she would never go for DN, because I wanted this dual attack just to end that Charles right there. Yeah, and then with Ras having defense buff and a max Dorius, and my Ravi at very high defense, there was no way that Mercer would kill me even had a attack buff. And then minus the fact that DN's barrier is scaled towards the target's max health, my barrier on A Robbie was actually pretty thick. So it wouldn't do much damage, it couldn't cut through that much, and the anti-crit buff, of course, is very helpful, always very helpful. Yeah, Ras can increase his own combat readiness as well, so he becomes very, very quick. If he has more speed, you can cycle him way quicker, and you can plan out your attacks better. Go into dual attacks and D-spells at a whim. Yeah, this one I still didn't matter which one he wanted to go for. I could soul burn this. So with DN, one of the things about the DN on this comp is that her charge up for souls is extremely fast. So like, realistically, if you want to run this kind of team, you would want to kind of have a DN in there outside of any other attack buffer. She's a really good option for that. And realistically, with a tank, I mean, if you guys watch RTA, I mean, one of the most meta double picks is DN with a tank. It's very, very good in terms of sustaining your team, especially when I have single target threats and they don't do too many debuffs. You can bait them away easier, and then DN just becomes very, very supporter. Yeah, this one I got kind of lucky. Yeah, this is the team that I decided to go with the Dark Corvus. It was actually a lot better with this team to use the Dark Corvus, just because a lot of AoE as well. It was pure RGB, so there's no way to really bait the Dark Corvus. But because there's like a ton of AoE, so the charge up for Dark Corvus is faster. So originally I was gonna use this team on the top team, until I thought, hey, wait a minute. The Ras team is actually very, very solid, so why not try it there?
I thought this could be fun. Now I'm getting bored.
Yeah, as you can see, like my guys are all resisting everything here. So Pepe, so to contrast to the Stronghold fight versus Pepe, I guess Pepe versus Pepe, you can see the gear difference. Like Pepe's gears were just like, he had like everything. I really don't know where some of these top players get their stats from. Honestly, super lucky, super good gear. But yeah, like I think all of my resistance was higher than any of their effectiveness, especially on Levi's team here. Yeah, so it's like resist. You see resist everywhere. The Aliyah's knife is a nice touch, I have to say. I do like Kairon on Aliyah's knife, especially when you have so many AoE threats, SSB and the Alencia. It's actually a very good choice to have. It does eat through a ton of tank stats. That Proof of Valor became very surprising for me. Actually, I didn't realize she was on it until that point. Yeah, and I see that at this point, like, I mean, the Alencia equally threatening as the SSB, but I wanted the SSB to feed my Dark Corvus, therefore taking out the Alencia made more sense. Because now they're kind of like, regardless, SSB will feed the Dark Corvus, but Alencia would always be going for Kral until she does the S3. So it was, yeah, it didn't matter because I saw that the entire fight, even with Alencia, I was sustaining it. So I ended up just going for the Alencia there. think I was on a... Was I on a... I think I might be on a Strat Gauntlet, actually. I don't think I was on a Portrait. My Dark Corvus, that is. Yeah, that Ali has knife, look at that. It cuts pretty deep. But I had a death buff, so it was okay. Yeah, and at this point, I think I ended up going for... Oh, weird. I forgot. I thought I went for the SSB first, because the Kron would have only went for the Dark Corvus. Yeah, it didn't matter at this point. I don't even know what I was waiting for. I think I probably got called away or something. Yeah. No, it's like there's hardly any risk. I'm recording this after work, so I might sound a bit tired. But yeah, I mean, it's a Dark Corvus fight. I mean, you don't really need a good commentary on that one. So that was it for Levi's. No. Okay, so hold on, wait. One more check on the artifacts. I think I have done this recently. DN. Okay, I wanted the Portrait on the Robbie there. And then Violet on MLDB. Okay, so I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll go. Let's go.
I'll protect you.
Okay, so Kron does go first, but we get the
Purifying flame.
we get the death buff up.
Burn away the evil.
Elbrus. Please don't be stupid and crit. He crit, you gotta be kidding me. Although I resisted. I did resist. Attack buff is now up. Yeah, double crit, man, what the frick? But he didn't strip the defense buff, so that's good. 17,000 HP.
Your life ends here.
Can it be on a counter set? Frick! No crit.
I'm getting tired of you. Bye bye now.
Does land. But we can get the immunity buff here.
Ready.
Don't tell me what to do.
Almost dead.
Start with something light.
Death Break is on DN. So that's very risky, but he can only do the S2. Holy crap! Yeah, that's scary. That's scary. I could revive. And at the moment, I think this is still good. You gotta go for Charles. You don't want that counter. Let's go for... Oh crap. Let's go for SSB.
Step back, flies.
It is Alexis too. Oof.
I'll deal with this.
Gonna try to crit that SSB.
Dead comrades.
We're waiting for you.
Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. I had Portrait too. I lost. Sorry guys. I didn't really mean to int. I actually wasn't.
By destiny.
I think I got pretty unlucky.
You're not bad at all.
Should've stripped Kron? Yeah, I should've. Yeah, or I saw on Kron. Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't want it in that one. Okay, so the Violet is not see if we could push him back. Now he's got Moonlight Dream Blade.
Still a long way to go.
Alright, so the big risk here is obviously the Lilius, but there's not much I can do here. So I'm gonna go for the Lilius for now. Okay, I think red is rigged here. That no hit. Yeah, no dodge. I think red is rigged. Gotta keep that Lilius provoked.
This way.
Okay, I'm gonna go for his Violet. I'm gonna risk it, because I got the attack buff. And it hits! What is this?
Can you handle this?
That push. Oh, it's on hill like a lance. And it hits again? What? This is... I don't know, I feel like this is a bit rigged. And I didn't need the potion vial after all. Wait, am I on the cooldown still? Yeah, I am. So I'm gonna take out that Violet right now. No, my Akates was on potion vial in case I get stunned with the, because they would technically be only 1 or 2 debuffs. It is an Abyssal Crown, so only proc now. But oh, now you start dodging. Jeez. Yeah, I went potion vial because I wasn't sure if that Dizzy was gonna be, you know, crazy, and I was thinking I could manage the damage, but I was banking too much on RNG for my Violet, of course. Violet was the only one that was going to die potentially. The only good thing is that now Lilius will always feed, unless he provokes, but I can cleanse in between, so I think I should be okay. Let me see here. Actually, I can prevent him from being outside. I just do this, and then this way he won't go after him anyway. Give CC Lee best bot roll. Yeah. I'm kind of salty I inted that first one, and yeah, Nazim, I saw your notes. I definitely think you're right. I didn't really think about it. I didn't think about Raz's full utility. I just thought about killing off that Charles. Yeah, that was my bad. Sorry guys. I'll get better with Raz.
You've made it this far. But no further.
Missed. Yeah, see, that's what I was expecting more. But GG. Okay, hopefully you guys can carry me because I really failed. I wasn't wanting to end. I just thought that was the better choice in terms of the opponents. All right. Check your attack log from last week. Okay, ZZ, you know this is video recorded. Do you want this to make it on the video recording? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna end up the video after this, but you think ZZ cares? Yeah, it's 2 point. Okay, hold on. ZZ, his attack. All right. So we got some draw. Hold on. Oh, we could just go for attacks, right? Okay. Yeah. So he wanted this. I remember this. So background story. I mean, this shouldn't really be part of this video, but I mean, for the guys on stream, I mean, for some content, I guess I gotta explain what's going on. So I don't actually know why he did that. I think it was one of the wars that we knew we would win, but he was going for like pure draw, and that was actually very tough for him. I remember him struggling on, I think it was Outwit or Malicus here. He said that he was about to kill them off, but he didn't really want to, so he had to actually big brain in order to use skills that didn't do damage, etc, in order to get the draw on both. So that's pretty anyways, okay, so for this one, I mean, talentless guys, I mean, I like them, so you know, no, I feel pretty salty for losing the Slam Dancer, but now he can hold this over my head, so Anyways, I'm gonna end this for the video recording. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.